Jesus. All right, don't put that in there, okay? It's not. My name is Anna, and this is my story. So I was raised in a Catholic household. I never really connected with the teachings, and I really struggled to understand, and that caused me to really fall away from my faith. So leading up to college, I had in my heart that I really needed to pursue the Lord, but I just didn't know what that looked like. I knew that the Catholic faith wasn't really the path I wanted to go down, so I was still trying to figure out faith for myself. That was just looking like opening the Bible and going to church, but I still didn't really understand the essence of a Christian life. Going into college, I was faced with so many distractions with rush, adjusting to the dorm life, and just making friendships. And God really got put on the back burner for me. So I was really focused on how these college friends were going to perceive me and kind of gaining their approval in a way. And I also thought that sorority life was going to solve all my problems, and it didn't. The first night I went out in college was unofficial boys' bid night. And this is kind of like a big night, especially in Greek life. Going into Tigerland, I was very overwhelmed and immediately was filled with anxiety. And I knew that in order to be okay that night, I needed to drink. I really lost myself that night. And I remember waking up the next day like really, really ashamed of who I was in that moment. I just remember feeling so helpless in that moment and so broken, and I had no reason why. But I knew that it was something deep inside of me that I needed to figure out. That really led me to kind of be like, okay, I don't want to live this life anymore. I can't keep molding myself to these environments. So the following Tuesday was official boys' bid night, and my friend was like, you should come to the refuge one. And so I went, and it was so encouraging to see people love the Lord and like be joyful in that and not be in that environment. And I just knew then that Jesus was the only way that I was going to get out of this. After that night with Refuge, I decided that I really wanted to get plugged in. I started going every Sunday, church at the chapel, Bible studies, and I found people that brought me closer to the Lord. The desire to go out, the desire to drink, the desire to be around those type of people really just left. And I had new desires to glorify the Lord and preach the gospel and learn more and be more firm in my faith, and also just really figure out what the Christian life is going to look like for me. And I used to live ashamed of the gospel, and I'm so sad that I ever lived that way, and I was fearful of the world, but I think baptism is me publicly showing that you can live out of the shadows for the Lord, and like it just shows that He has done something in your life, and He has really changed me and done some great things. And so that's why I decided to get baptized, because I want to publicly show that I've chosen the Lord. I was that person who questioned if the Lord's love could really satisfy me. And it took me trying everything else to then realize that the Lord's love is enough and it's freeing, and you can only have freedom in Him. I did not expect to give my life to the Lord first semester of freshman year, but my life has been filled with so much joy and purpose as well because of that. And now I can navigate the rest of my life for Him and not for me. My name's Anna, and that's how God changed my life.